Hello, I'm Bryn Lucas. I'm a presenter of well over 10 years, presented on Channel 5, ITV, Red Bull TV and many more. I've been doing radio and voiceovers too. And at the current time, a lot of us are presenting virtually over things like this. And over the next few minutes, I'm going to give you some pointers to hopefully make your experience that bit more comfortable. Now, if you can't see the audience, it can be pretty tricky, but I've borrowed a few things from radio and voiceovers over the years. And the first one is put a picture of somebody you know, a friend, a family member, just underneath your camera or by your microphone. It'll give you something to focus on and make you feel like you're actually talking to somebody. The other thing you can do is just keep that idea of somebody in your mind and then always focus in on that. If you can't see an audience, it's really, really easy to lose focus. So always bear in mind you're talking to someone. So what's the change in mindset between presenting in front of a live audience and a virtual audience like this? Well, the most obvious one is you can't see your audience and therefore there's no immediate feedback, there's no response you get from them straight away. And the other thing is you don't feel their energy. Now this is really important. So when presenting to a virtual audience, it's really important that you bear them in mind. Picture those people in your head and it really will focus your mind and give you energy. So are there any technical hints that are worth considering? Well, first of all, spend a few minutes just tidying up the area. Believe it or not, this isn't always as neat and tidy. The other thing is consider your lighting. I've got a big bright light ahead of me and that bathes me in light, hopefully makes me look good and that makes me feel more confident. If you have too much light behind you, it'll just make you a silhouette and no one wants that. The other thing you could do is buy a nice cheap microphone. They don't have to cost very much and many of them are USB, so plug straight into your computer. Body language is really important. It's as important as what you're wearing. If you think about presenting in front of an audience, a physical audience, it's really important you stand still because that gives you gravitas. So when presenting virtually like this, it's also really important that you sit upright with your feet flat on the ground because that too gives you that gravitas and confidence. So avoid sitting in a chair if you can because that will allow you to slouch. It's also really important to wear something professional like this shirt and also go for the same bottom half as well. If you look professional, you'll feel professional. Here are my top 5 tips. Tip number 1 is breathe. It can be really tempting to rush and try and get through everything you want to say, but if you breathe, you'll relax and you'll come across much more confident. Tip number 2, sit upright. If you are sitting in a chair, you have the tendency to slouch, as I say, so sit upright. It will give you a good posture and it will make you come across much more confident and professional. Tip number 3, know what it is you want to say. This is your time to talk, so own that time. Tip number 4 is wear professional clothing. If you wear the right clothing, you'll feel professional and you'll come across far more confident. And lastly, tip number 5 is smile. If you smile, you'll come across a lot warmer, more professional and much more confident. So there you have it, lots of tips along the way. Hopefully you found it useful and interesting and can use it on the very next time you present virtually. Thanks for watching.